Capital G, capital O, small G-O.
Go! Burkina Faso, go!
Yes, you got the mark. Well, good afternoon. Thank you very, very much. I am happy to see all of you. I have been home. I just decided to come to Benin today. Welcome, sir. And I will be here in Edo State from now till September 22nd. By that time, by the special grace of God, somebody will be moving out, and the better guy will be moving in. Wait, I don't want you to interrupt me because I want to do my message, then you can. First, I'm very impressed by what I have seen and what I have heard. And I am excited that Edo people, particularly the youths, can see the difference. First, I want to thank all of you who have chosen to live with the pain, the anguish, the disappointment, the brutalities, demolitions, the crushing, and throwing explosives to people's homes, those who have been sent to jail for no causes, detained without trial for months, people who are our youth leaders elected at our state conventions, but they can detain your flesh, they can brutalize your body, but they cannot change your conscience. And as they say, and as I'm sure by the special grace of God, you will soon see. They say tough times don't last, but tough people will always do. When I got to my village, I tried to sneak into the night, but I realized that people were very anxious to see this policeman. And I said to them, I apologize for everything. I know people have suffered. But even more painful is when people lie to your face and you are not in a position to reply. But always remember that God has the reply. Yes, and He has the answer. Like I said this way, and I want to repeat it here. I have said to many of you who came to me at one time or the other for one complaint or the other, and I say, take it easy. Things will change. When the situation persisted, some people were almost giving up. Which can one be this? How can this happen? How can this happen? And some were threatening they will go. They will do X, they will do Y. And I said, when you build a house and you labor to build that house and you allowed a tenant into the house and you believe he was a good tenant, he will look after the house. And then you find few days later, this tenant has become a python. And each time you want to greet him, he roars as if he's going to swallow you. People will give you two kinds of advices. Some will say, look, this python is so dangerous and deadly particularly when he has swallowed some people in prison and demolishing some houses and so on. So the best thing to do is to go market women. Markets are bothered and sympathize. You politicize. You make promises you don't keep. You sign MOU on everything. And I said, no, you don't leave a house that we built. Please mark my words. I did not say the house that I built. The house that we built. Because some were bricklayers, some supply sand, some supply granite, some were painters, some were doing roof, some were bringing water. Everybody contributed to the building of what has today become APC. From the time of ACN, now APC. So how can you now decide that because this pattern is so powerful, and you give up hope, and you forgot that the tenancy agreement is 4 years, renewable for another 4 years maximum, and you may decide not to renew. Why will you then try to burn down the house? Because the temporary tenant is misbehaving. I said to people, and I'm happy the occasion has come, what you do, as much as you can, avoid being bitten by the snake. But we also have medication for snakes. When you put that herbs around, the snake by itself will walk out of the house. And the snake will walk out of the house? Yes. Has it not? Yes. So, coolie temper. Coolie temper. Everything. Coolie temper. Everything you get your time. Everything you get your time. Everything you get your time. Get my tenant. Get your time. It's time to go. You get your time. When you go, you get your time. When another one will come, you get your time. Build the house, all of us. You must never allow any one person to frustrate all of you. I am back to Edo State, and we will do what we have always done. We will mix with our people. We will engage them one-on-one. We will engage them in groups. We will talk to the elderly. We will talk to the young. We talk to the old. We talk to boys. We talk to girls. We talk to everybody. And remind them of the promise. When I said to people in my village that I apologize, the reason I have to tender that apology is that I cannot claim that people didn't tell me that this product is not a good product. Many people said so. But sometimes, I mean all the time really, we are just human. And you really cannot know anyone until you give him power or he has money. Then the true color will come out. I never imagined that there is anyone who I had worked with who understands the challenge of Benin-City. But the Benin-City Water Storm Master Plan, which enable us to solve the problem at teacher's house and throw mommy water away. I didn't believe that anybody who worked with me will stop that project. Can you imagine? I I did not believe that anyone who shared the vision that we need to build a 5-star hospital, and there is no hospital, public hospital in Nigeria. If there is, show me the pictures that look as attractive as that hospital. And I paid 75% for the equipment, state of the art. And as I left 3 days after commissioning, you carry padlock, you lock the hospital. The remaining 25% you will not pay. And as we speak, a hospital built with Edo taxpayers' money is now being managed by a general consultant who is not from Edo State. Yes, we know that some of the best doctors in the world in Nigeria, they are from Edo State. Those running the best hospitals in Abuja, they are from Edo State. So there is no Edo man who can run a hospital built by Edo people with Edo money for Edo people. And when you talk about this, some people say, Godfather, do you have to be a devil's son? Do you have to be a devil's son to shut down a facility that is meant to deliver healthcare services to the ordinary man? I passed through that place the last time I was here. Everywhere was dark. A hospital is a 24-hour facility. And we have 2-3 standby generators and solar power, so that 24/7 there must be light in that place. No facilities were put there. I hear some of the generators have been taken away. We sat down. We said, in history, Benin was the most well-planned city anywhere in the world. That is what the Kodoki people told us. If you read the history, when they came to Benin, they first saw street light with native, what we call Uburi. We decided every road we are going to build must be standard. I do not agree that we are third world, and therefore our facilities must be third world. We decided in principle, any road will be built must have drainage on both sides, and the drainage must be covered by way of a sidewalks, walkways, and we must put street lights. So that, for 2 reasons, the night economy can return. A couple of times I walk around the street, I see beer parlors, I see eateries. People don't have light in their homes, they come to the roadside, and life was bubbling. We power these lights with generators because we know NEPA is not reliable. So that if there is no light in your house, you walk around the street, you will see light. Somebody who was part of this vision decided not only to stop the street light, but even to remove the generator. Today, the last time I was here, I only saw, I think, a part of Sapele Road that has some light. The rest of Benin is in the dark. Now, the street light poles that were meant to bring light is now being shamelessly used for posters to promote a tenancy that is dead. It's not possible. Those street lights and poles were meant to bring light at night. They were not meant for just decoration, for political posters. We decided the day I visited New Era College, Some of you may remember the young girl. She must be in maybe JSS1 or so. She ran to me and said, please, we also need red roof here. And I got to know the history of that New Era College. It was built by our late elder statesman, Dr. Samuel Ogbemudia. It was the most beautiful school in Benin at the time. Yes. That's why they call it New Era. But the New Era has become a dilapidated era. And I said to those children, I will build an even more modern secondary school. And we completed it. We got President Buhari to come and commission it. We had furniture in the school, all the classrooms. I still have the videos of those young boys and girls, secondary school, jubilating, singing. It was electric. The only thing I couldn't finish before I left was to first round the college. As I left, they lock, the padlock, what I call, we changed the name to immortalize Dr. Samuel Ogbemudia for all his outstanding contribution to the development of our great state, or the then best state, which is Kure District. Just to first round it, that has not been done. And till today, those poor children whose spirit fired me to get that job done, to build that school to world standard with courtyard, etc. They are still in the old abandoned building, and that college that was made for them, they are not allowed to move into that college. Only a man or a woman who has no spirit, who has no feeling, who has no care. We abandon a school like that. The school is there empty, and the children are under the rain in an old building. They are not allowed to move in.
Because it's an impotent.
And now they use the hall, which I built, for what they call Edo Best. How can Edo be best when even the children meant to attend those classrooms are not allowed in? We decided to upgrade the College of Education in Kiadolo to university so that they can produce graduates to teach in our secondary schools. How do you close a school of education or a university of education, and you lie to Edo people that you are training teachers through consultancy? Where in the world do you train teachers through consultant rather than through formal structured institutions? And as we speak, that place remains closed. The school. You watch television, and people say, oh, the man says from his desk, he can see teachers who are in school or who are not in school. Even in villages that have no light. How can you use Wi-Fi when you don't have light? You look at a man to his face and you are lied to him. Then I ask you to go to where they are producing ceramic tiles in Benin. That company was set up when I was governor. I did not do MOU. No groundbreaking ceremony. We just do construction of the factory, and as we speak, it is working, it is producing. All the ceramic tiles we use for the Red Roof schools were produced by that factory. Then you go to the Chinese steel company at Pobaga, same neighborhood. All we did was to construct a road to that area, which is what we call infrastructure. And the Chinese built that company, and as we speak, they are making iron rods from scraps. I did not sign MOU. There is a glass factory also here in Benin Kingdom, producing and manufacturing glasses, part of which we use for our casement windows in our secondary schools. I did not sign MOU. I can go on and on. When I assumed duty as governor of this state in 2008, those who fly frequently will agree that it was only one small grasshopper aircraft called Associated that used to come to Benin. By the time I was 4 years into office, all the major airlines started flying into Benin, and our hotels were always full. That is development. Azura Power Plant, I was the governor. They asked for land. We discussed with them. We agreed to give them land. I called the Eniges, spoke with the Oba Atokpehe, and the land was provided. And that land becomes part of Edo State government share in Azura Power Plant. President Jonathan came here to commission it, to do the groundbreaking. But after they broke the ground, they could not go forward because there were other things they were not able to do. Then God brought President Buhari and the Vice President, and then a new Attorney General. The documents that the former Attorney General under PDP refused to sign, this Attorney General, Malam Malemi, ensured that those legal obstacles were removed and Azura Power Construction Company started. And it has been finished. Did we sign MOU? No! So government by MOU for MOU to MOU cannot bring what we call IMAC. If I ask you, who introduced IMAC? Why did we introduce IMAC? We introduced IMAC because for too long, previous PDP government will tell us, so amount will be air mark. So school will be air mark. So factory will be air mark. Here. We say no. Now we want to see I mark. And I told you, Edo people, if you don't see it, don't believe it. That was the tradition. That was the vision. And when we were campaigning, we promised that this will be sustained. That is the benefit of continuity. I never imagined that someone who was my special advisor, who apparently didn't believe in this development, pretended as long as he did, and all of those projects, the one he can stop, he has stopped them. Some of you may have photographs, just to go to small things, of the Ovorame Square, where we had that acoustic water fountain. So people who are not in Benin said it was a Dubai picture we took. Do you remember now? Yes. Before I came in, that place was a pond where mosquitoes were not multiplied. We transformed it to a beautiful water fountain with acoustic sound. I remember going there in the evening with my wife to take fresh air, and I see young couple when they marry, they go there to take pictures. Again, that project is abandoned. Let me ask you, all of these things I've mentioned, do they have to do with my person? No! They have to do with the welfare of Edo people. The promise for sustainable growth and development. You want to create jobs, you start by dismissing people. You want to create jobs, you do MOU, you spend billions of naira in consultancy. Now, I ask you, you are young people, and if you can work as much as you did here, go to the place they misled our vice president Professor Osibanjo, to do groundbreaking for what they call 24-hour industrial park.
Fake.
Where industries will set up and they will be producing everything. I go there. The place is now a thicker forest.
Audio project.
Before the vice president came to do groundbreaking.
Audio project.
The ground they broke has been solidified. And the small room they put the red carpet, even the air conditioner they have removed it.
Magic.
I challenge them to show the picture of the industrial park. Then you talk about Gele Port. You are going to create a beauty park so that people importing goods don't need to go to Lagos. They will just come here. Everybody was happy. We made it. How many years later? There is nothing, no way. Have you seen the Gele Port?
No.
No. The Gele Port is released tomorrow. You will find it in various parts of the city. Vehicles sank every day.
That is the Gele Park.
So I am back to take this message across the length and breadth of Edo State. I am proud to say that every ward of the 192 wards, we build a number of schools across Edo South, Edo Central, Edo North. They are there. We are going to ask him to show what they are doing. I am very happy. And this is the last point I will make. I've heard some people saying, how can a man who was qualified to be governor in 2016, they now say he's not qualified in 2020.
I miss for you.
Now, as the governor, I never had cause to ask
Now you go ask her.
GO, where are your certificates? I believe him on his face value. This is probably my fault. When listen. Those are probably clearly my fault. I assume a man who says he manages this, manages that, I believe he clearly will have his papers complete. It was after we have feeded him for the election that the PDP went to court to challenge his eligibility to contest the election. Now, this is not a secret. Even the then chairman of PDP publicly displayed the fake certificate, showing that the man had only 3 credits. I am sure.
Get all the sauce.
I am sure many of you who are graduates, you know you cannot get admission direct to a university with 3 credits. You must have 5.
English and math.
So PDP went to court to say, how did you go to university with 3 credits? And they went to court. Our lawyers, unable to find answer, look at the technical loopholes in the PDP legal suit. They discovered that they filed out of time. And the matter was statute barred because it's a pre-election issue. That is how that case was struck out, but it was not dismissed. Listen, when you say Oshomole never paid, that is not true. On the matter of this man that is going now, I failed that subject. Because I could never have imagined he will send innocent people to prison. Women for not paying tickets and I'm told 1 or 2 or 3 deliver disciples. I can never have imagined that anybody will do that. So on that one, I fail. If you say I never fail, me, I will say on that one, I fail. But if you also say that there is nothing personal, when they begin to say Godfather, Godfather, I ask them, how many commissioners did I nominate? How many advisors? How many special assistants? What contract did I ask you to award? Which one did I ask you to cancel? But I was concerned that this project that we agree on, they were not going on. Now, can I be happy if as a governor, I sign into law converting a college of education to a university? A few years later, you revise it. When we promise Edo people continuity, is that continuity? No! I mean, I can go on and on and on. I can go on and on and on. And we sat down to design public schools and said we want to build public schools that will be as beautiful or even more beautiful than private schools, so that the children of the poor don't attend schools that make them feel inferior when they grow up. Because the environment you grow up can affect your psychology. That's why we build those schools, and I'm happy that by the time I left Edo as governor, we took the 3rd position in WAEC and 2nd position in NECO. Today, what is the Edo position? What is the ranking of Edo in WAEC and in NECO? That is the best way to measure, not the one you advertise that from your classroom you can see whether teachers are in or out. Lie. That is exactly how not to lie. So let me conclude by saying I am very grateful that you are all here. I am back home. And the only task we all have now together is to go to every ward, every unit, every local government, every community, and remind them of where we stop and ask them, since I left, what is the new thing that they brought? I accept my fault, but if you have made a mistake and you are alive, even the Bible tells us we should make effort to correct the mistake. Now, correcting the mistake means we must now bring someone who understands that you cannot be a governor unless the Edo people vote for you, you campaign for them, you convince them that you are a man that can be trusted. And that is why if I fail a GO exam, by the special grace of God, the exam will be once we have accomplished that, we can then because it is not unusual for one to misread people. But it will be unusual if after misreading them, you continue on that ruinous path. We have a duty to correct it. So, and I assure you, there are no personal issues whatsoever. No personal issue. I hear some people say Oshomole has lost his position as national chairman. All right. Is it my father's job? No. Listen now, it's in 2007 when we started this project, I used to say 2007, gentlemen, the whole idea then, is what it is today, is to turn every Edo man or woman to recognize that they have power And they are not wicklers, they are not mushrooms. That working together, we can defeat the PDP rigging machine. And we defeated them. And we have sustained the defeat. So, I'm back. I'm not going outside the state. I didn't hear the back. We will go out and explain why GO must GO.
Let's go to Lagos.
I have watched some videos where they are showing what I said of Pastor Yamu when I was marketing Obaseki. All right. Let me speak to that briefly. When you are selling Toyota, you cannot promote Mercedes. Mercedes is better than such a thing. Let me also say, hello. Let me also say, PDP dismissed Obaseki as a non-performer. Did they not? Several press statements that they have not said anything. They even said at a point he was worse than me. But PDP never said anything good than me. All right. They took him to court that is a fraud. He forged the certificate. That is PDP. Yes. What has changed? No, something changed.
20 billion.
Something moved. You remember what the government called tax collector? When they collected the taxes, then the certificate became okay. But let me tell you the truth. What they have gotten is all that they wanted. Because they know that the man who has forged documents, even if you vote for him, you saw what happened to us in Bayelsa. So I need to assure you that the decision of the screening committee to disqualify the city governor was based on the evidence supplied by PDP, which we found to be correct. And you do not repeat one mistake twice. And asking, we publish them, but again, many of you may not read newspapers. You swear to affidavit that you went to a Gosa Grammar School, you finished in 1973, and then you proceeded straight to the great University of Ibadan. And you graduated in 1976. But meanwhile, the photocopy of the certificate you attached, certified by INEC, says you graduated in 1979. When you lie on oath, what is it? So I want people to know that his disqualification was because those documents are irreconcilable. And you are already aware, we have now filed, it was PDP that took him to court before, but they filed late. Yes. We have now taken him to court and we filed early. Yes. By those documents, he will need more than miracles to explain how giving credit, religious studies, history, and geography.
No mass and English.
You will need miracles. Number two, we have the document which is submitted that he went to Institute of Continuing Education for A-levels. All right. Any of you ever did A-level? I'm not sure many of you will do A-level. But you don't do more than 2-3 subjects. The governor said he did 5 subjects at A level. All right, so the certificate, Institute of Continuing Education, Benin City, there is no address. Even Aso Rock, it has address. You say State House, Aso Rock, Abuja. You don't just say State House, Abuja. And it is not on letterhead, it's on ordinary typing sheet. Then, that one says he attended the school from 1975 to 1976, and then from Ibadan, 1976 to 1979. Then you ask the question, were you doing NYC in Benin 1976 and at the same time in Ibadan in 1976? You know, once you lie once, you will need series of lies to sustain one lie. Exactly. For me, we should be looking at post. God willing, by November 12th, by the special grace of God, everything will change. So I want to thank you. I believe you are a little more informed, or rather I don't feel more informed. Just to remind you of the issues, there is nothing that is personal.
Yes, sir.
So those who are talking all this time, also look. Have you heard me make any statement all this period? No. I never, because I have a problem. I cannot amplify what is not right when I'm chairman of the party, and this is my state. So I have to take the punches as the lie I watch. For 2 years, they had the monopoly of dishing out all kinds of falsehood. But I know that this occasion will come. When we say, bring your record, I bring my record. Bring your IOU, MOU, I bring my IMAC. But the good news, Eze Yamu is not a stranger to any of us. He will, at least, if he does anything that is not in the interest of Edo State, you can go to your various churches and call your pastors and say, talk to the pastor. The problem now is we don't have someone to complain. So when the man take every job to Lagos, I think it's one of the guys here who brought me a menu card during the first anniversary. A menu card printed in Port Harcourt. And the guy said, when we are telling you that this man, everything is by consultants, not by the people. When we are doing posters, they were printed in Benin or anywhere in the state. For now to print menu card for first anniversary, they were printed in Port Harcourt. Everything is consultant, and all the consultants are from Lagos. But many days for consultancy, 1 day for that time has come. Thank you so very much. Remember, you are welcome, sir. We have a tradition. We work hard to win votes. Yes. We don't rig elections. Yes. We will not return to the primitive era of election rigging. Yes. During my election, not one person was shot in 2012, and I won in all the 18 local governments. The election that is coming by the rare grace of God, there will be no violence. And no people will, in full freedom, transparently, vote either for MOU or vote for IMAC. May God guide us as we proceed with this project. Now we have to sing our song. We are one God save we are. Oh, we are one.